today. This is the cat that my friends, and I'm going to let them remain nameless, that Harry Gordon Steele sent this to me. And I'm just going to pet my cat through the entire. That's a little bit too damn weird. I can't do that. I said I was going to do it, but I can't do it.
First question out of the gates, what's with the cat?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Some buddies of mine brought that down. Meow. Yeah. And he's got a little damn thing on his badge. Is that like, I don't know, what is that? What does that even mean? Is that like the brand of it or something?
I don't know.
I tried to get it to where it would work, but the contacts were.
What's it supposed to do?
I think it's, well, it's got a battery compartment on it. It's a little weird. Like, it freaks me out a little bit. So, I mean, they even went to the detail of putting fur between its paw pads, you know what I'm saying?
Or they put the paw pads on after the fur.
Today, the first thing Adam and I want to do on our first day back is we want to recognize the king of Woman Crush Wednesday, and that is our own Brett Ricketts. Brett Ricketts is one of our newer sales guys here at Thoroughbred Diesel. He's very, very forward savvy, great guy, damn near a professional fisherman. Good dude. So if you call in and talk to Brett, you know, talk to him about fishing and whatnot while you're shopping with us. Brett is the king of Woman Crush Wednesday, and I want to recognize Brett today, and I want to tell about some of the good that he's done here. So Brett's fiance just posted on the internet that she wants to brag on her man this morning. While I was at work, he snuck and came and got my Jeep. He washed it, he filled it up with gas, and topped off my bug wash tank, because anyone that knows me knows that I hate a dirty windshield. It's the little surprises like that that make her love him and appreciate him even more, and that's great. I love to see love like that unfolding. It's another great thing about Brett that plays into his role here at Thoroughbred is he pays attention to the little details, like remembering to fill up her bug wash tank. So kudos to Brett, who is truly the king of Woman Crush Wednesday. And if you guys are WCW, you need to step your game up. Ricketts will show you how. So check Ricketts out. I don't know where I was going with that, but I just want everybody to know that he's damn good at it. So that's good. Adam got married. Yeah. And we haven't been on since you got married, have we? No. Adam got married and he went to a damn third world country.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was warm.
Stayed drunk for 10 days.
Yeah, there was lots of mojitos and margaritas consumed.
I got married while Adam was gone. I did not go to a third world country. I went to Gatlinburg, which is close. I did not get drunk, but I did get stuck in 3-hour traffic line at Rod Run. So if you're at Rod Run, I was there with you. I didn't want to be, but I was. What else have we got going on?
I guess really the big thing we need to talk about is probably Judgment Day. You know, somebody even asked a question about it.
Awesome. Let's talk about Judgment Day.
Let's see what we have. Let's answer a few quick ones real quick.
So congratulations on your wedding.
Yeah, congratulations to you, sir.
Thank you.
Jaren Cass Stevens wants to know if Ellie got her vision back. I don't know. Is that an inside joke for that?
Yes,
okay.
she's doing fine. She's doing fine. Thank you for your concern.
Yeah. All right, talking about next weekend. Zachary wants to know what kind of events y'all got going on next weekend. So you want to kind of break down all the stuff that goes on during Judgment Day.
So obviously we're running our dyno. We have an in-house dyno here. We run 3 classes on our dyno. Work stock, we run 2.6, and we run an unlimited class. Unlimited is exactly what unlimited says. It's run what you run. Stock class, we've done a little bit different in the last couple of years. We are accepting stock appearing turbochargers, and we're doing the best that we can in tech to make sure that that is the stock charger that came on the truck. Let's call spade a spade here. It's really to help the guys out that have got stock frame turbochargers, but they've got a billet comp wheel. Okay, so that's still a stock appearing charger, so that's work stock for us. 2.6 class, it's got a plug 2.6. Don't care about smooth bore so much or so forth, so on. It has to plug on inducer sides 2.6. That's the rule. I don't care whether it's a removable plug, removable bushing, so forth, so on. 2.6 got a plug. No spraying 2.6. Unlimited is spray spray and pray, whatever you want to do. We do not ghetto fog here, so do not come here. Love you guys. I want you to know this, and I'm not picking on anybody. I love you guys are ghetto fogging. It's great to see somebody that puts something on the dyno that's willing to put their whole damn truck up to try to win a competition, and that is, it's good. I commend that. But the way our dyno is set up in that corner, it's too dangerous. We can't ghetto fog.
Yeah, it's too dangerous with the crowd.
We
can't keep the crowd from standing in front of the trucks half the time.
Yeah.
We're not up on a stand or anything like that.
Yeah.
So if something blows,
Yeah.
it's bad.
Did I get it?
Yeah, there you go.
What were you telling me?
No, I was getting mine.
Oh, it's
No, I was
yours?
getting mine.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
we're good.
Thought I had a booger, man.
Let's see, we roll in, we're here by 5 a.m.
Yeah,
Dyno Day.
we're probably running by 7:30.
We say that we run at 8, and we give people, we are officially open at 8, but to move the day along, we usually hit the first truck on the rollers by 7:30.
Yeah.
And I know that may seem weird to you all. We don't officially start it at 7:30, but if we can get trucks going quicker, we can, because everybody wants to see who wins, get their money, head to the house.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else we do. We usually do a couple of little tournaments here and there. We'll have usually a cornhole tournament, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We do a hairy chest competition, which I'm sure you all have seen, which may sound stupid, but is absolutely hilarious if you've ever been to it.
Yeah.
And this year, do we want to talk about our other event? Are we trying to keep
We'll keep that under wraps. We're going to do another event that's going to kind of be a surprise the day of.
Yeah, some of y'all know kind of what it is. We
Yeah.
teased about it a little bit, and there's ways to find out, but we're not registering for that until day of.
It's going to be an impromptu event, and it's going to be a spectator. We're trying to get spectators involved. You hear Adam and I talking about this. You know, we always talk about the guys that go to truck pulls and drag races and whatnot, and then when they go to pull out of the parking lot, they want to burn tires and act a fool. Well, we're going to try to engage you guys, to get you guys involved in Dyno Day and get you all doing stuff for your truck. So we're going to do a little impromptu competition here. So you guys come. We've got a little thing going on. I think that you're going to enjoy. So. Probably going to be pretty cool. It should be a pretty cool day. Tons of manufacturers here. Good thing about the manufacturers being here, we're going to be having specials all day, raffles all day as well. But you can meet some of the guys from the manufacturers and get on a first name basis with them, which is a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, we usually give away about $25,000 worth of product every Dyno Day. Not to mention the sales we have Dyno Day are huge.
Yeah.
And a big difference this year over last year has been the Dyno Day. Normally you order, we ship it to you the following week. This year we will have the majority of parts here. You will walk away with them on Saturday. So if you're looking for some deals, or if you need something like a fast pump or an air dog or something like that, I would come
with cash.
With intention to buy
Yeah.
that day, because you're going to save a lot of money.
Yeah.
So if you have more questions about Dyno Day, I mean, just jump in and ask us. I'll put them away. Wade can answer them. If you have more about what truck fits where, that type of deal, we'll be happy to answer that. So just let us know. But other than that, we're going to jump in and answering truck questions. So first one, you ready?
Let's go.
0759. Can't keep injectors in his truck. Things to look at as to why.
What's making you think that you're losing injectors? You'll have to kind of give me an idea of the failure. A lot of people are putting injectors in the truck that are just bad diagnosis, so you may have something else going on. So I'd like to know a little bit more about your failure before I could probably answer your question. The first thing that comes to mind, if you're truly having injector failure, the first thing that comes to my mind is it's got to be fuel quality. It's got to be where you're buying your fuel and what type of regimen you're going through there. I would think by now, if you put up a couple of injectors in the truck, I would think that you're probably using a fuel additive. Fuel additive is fine, but if you're still buying crappy fuel, not fine. And if you're not maintaining the truck, changing your fuel filter when needed, that's going to have a lot to do with it too. So, more about the failure and more about your maintenance practices.
Will a 50 horsepower tune hurt stock head studs in a 6.0?
It depends on the condition. The head studs, if the truck is studded, no. But again, and we talk about this all the time, if you drive like an idiot can break anything. It is all going to depend on your driving style, what you do with the truck, so on and so forth.
I think the way he's asking that, he's meaning on a stock truck, totally stock truck.
Yeah. It's even with stock head bolts, if you've done nothing to the truck, I can't advise you to put a 50 horsepower tune on the truck and go out and run. That's again, it's. A guy made a comment a couple weeks ago. I would like to touch on that. He's like, "Wait, you're doing a little bit. You're not doing enough to answer questions straight." I want to answer your questions straight. I really do. But it really does. It depends on how you drive. And so many of these questions that you all ask, so many times you guys ask us, "Hey, I've got a 6.0. Can I drive it on the 50 horsepower tune?" Well, you can probably drive it on a 150 horsepower tune if you drive it right. You know what I mean? Transmission the same way. You always ask about transmissions. Am I going to blow my transmission up if I do that? You know what? You're probably not going to blow it up if you drive it normal. So it's all in how you drive.
That's any kind of question like that is hard because it's relative.
Yeah, it is relative.
What means hard driving to me or Wade is totally different
than what it is to you.
And there's no
right.
measurement for how we compare that.
Mm-hmm. So like to his question, not be answering a question, so his question is, would a 50 horsepower tune hurt my truck? And that's a guy that probably doesn't drive bad. He probably doesn't drive bad. He wants to put a 50 horsepower tune on the truck because he wants to get a little bit more horsepower and a little bit better fuel economy and just a more efficient truck. Would it hurt your truck? Probably not. But if you take the same 50 horsepower tune and you let your son or your wife or somebody that works for you drive it to the truck and they drive it like a damn idiot, there you go.
Another thing about these videos is we don't want to answer a question making an assumption about Nick's question about his 50 horsepower tune, and for Johnny down at the bottom to be watching and assume that the same answer applies to him. So it's just stuff like that's way too specific.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. 0559 low miles, holds about 20 pounds oil pressure at idle and about 50 to 60 when driving. Is that normal? That
would be pretty normal. 20 pounds at idle after the truck is warmed up. 20 pounds at idle after the truck is warmed up. When you first start the truck, if you're on a cold engine, not necessarily cold per se, cold as in not been driven, not up to operating temperature, 20 pounds at idle is not going to be probably correct. Damn, I like to give me the burp.
And of course you've got a meow from your buddy.
Meow.
I think he just got on.
Did he just get on? I had a cat. I pet it, but it's so daggone weird, man. But it does live in my office.
Bubba says hello.
Hello, Bubba.
Remember Bubba?
Did he get his pack?
I sent the hat.
Okay.
I don't know if I hope it got sent. Bubba, let me know if you got your hat, Bubba. I'm kind of curious now.
I was down in Tennessee. I was down in your country this weekend, Bubba.
All right, 07 F350 6.0. All right, let's see. Coolant and oil temp coefficient code. What's it mean? Sorry, I said that weird. Coolant, oil temp coefficient code.
I don't think that there is a code for the delta between the oil temp and the coolant temperature, but I think the delta is 20 degrees. I don't think you want a difference of more than 20 degrees between oil temperature and coolant temperature before you know that you're having a oil cooler inefficiency issue. I don't think that's a measurable parameter in the ECM. I may be wrong. I'm just not a. There's some finite Ford stuff that's been going on. It seemed like here the last couple of weeks. I'm like, man, I should have known that, but I didn't know that. But I don't think that there is a code for that.
Okay, 0273. Don't haul much with it. Programmer, air intake manifold, exhaust. What's his next move?
Depends on what you want your next move to be. All right, if you're trying to get past the 350 horsepower stage, I would probably start with shoring up a transmission. Lift pump is probably my next thing. Lift pump and regulated fuel return are a couple of things I think that you're going to put on the truck and you're going to find to be the next step in the process. You're going to have them going forward when you go into injectors. I think it's going to be something that you also put on the truck at the stage you're at right now that you really like for the efficiency that it's going to give you in the truck. So I'm going to go with lift pump and regulated fuel return because your next horsepower step, I damn near got that, Nat. Your next horsepower step is injectors and high pressure oil pump. High pressure oil pump, I won't say that. If you don't have it done, something you would really like to do right now, high pressure oil pump, do it now. Do an adrenaline pump or any of the other pumps that are out on the market. I suggest adrenaline. We carry adrenaline. You'll really like that upgrade that you do to the truck right now for you.
I'm really excited about H5.
Yeah, I got tore up there, man. I got a little excited.
06 Dodge 3500.
Yeah. There's a lot of Conrail Dodges today,
There
baby.
is. They beat the Ford guys out today.
Yeah, they
We're
are.
on 7-3 question. I don't know if that's interrupting stuff or what, but 06 Dodge 3500. Torque converter locks in third gear, then pops out and goes into fourth. Is that normal? Let me reread it. It's kind of worded odd.
Fourth gear locks unprime. Yes, that's normal. Fourth gear locks unprime. Fourth gear does not shift prime. I think I'm pretty sure that's right. I'm a standard shift guy, dude. Automatics are my Achilles heel. I just know about automatics because I have to. But I'm pretty sure that shift, that 3-4 shift, is an unprimed shift. I'm pretty sure it's a 3-4, 3 lock, unlock, 4 shift. Fourth unlock, what they say, haters.
No. Troy Smith has asked a question, and several people, Carlos Garcia and Jake Irwin, have both answered him already. But I'm going to let you, because this is one of your favorite questions. Is a lope tune a bad idea?
I'm going to let Jake Irwin and Carlos Garcia answer that question. Man.
They answered with yes. Don't go there.
Don't go there. You know, the thing about a lope tune is how it's done too, man. If you just have to have a lope tune, man, have your tuner do it. Make sure that you've done it with a tuner that does it the right way, and not one that's ramping up your fuel scaling to maximum and then off, and maximum and off. You know, turn the pile injection off.
What rods would you recommend in an LB7 for a mild build?
You know, there's so many other companies out there that are doing rods now, because obviously it's a lucrative business with Duramaxes, and that's not a shot at Duramax guys. I got a Duramax too, but you know, there's something to be said for the company. I'm sure that all these companies make a good rod. It is a precision piece of equipment in an engine. They're not going to put shit out on the market. They're not going to put crap out on the market. We carry Carrillo. I like a Carrillo rod. I know there's several other companies out there that make good rods. I think anything that you were to buy, as long as there is engineering data to back it up and to be a good rod, I think that's the way you go. Whatever you can afford. We sell Carrillo. Carrillo's a good rod. Really good rod.
08 Cummins. Feels like the Jake brake is half working. Doesn't sound like my buddies. Could this be in the tune?
I think that
got me too.
Got you. I think that the requested, the commanded VGT position at that time, if it's only going halfway out, I can see that being a problem. Does it feel like it's retarding the truck? Does it feel like it's engaging? It could very well be. I'm pretty sure that it will code for not full actuation of the VGT. That will set a code. Now, I don't know inside the parameter of the VGT code, the 2508, whatever it is. I can't remember what the code is. I don't know that if it's just a simple on-off code, as long as it on yes, off no, if that means a code or what. But as far as the actuator only going out so far in distance, I don't know if that would constitute a code or not. Does it feel like the truck is retarding, and are you having any turbo codes because of that?
Let's see. Cody wants to know what's a good brand clutch I should look at to replace stock. Truck is used for light towing, but I do have 150 horsepower tuning on it.
Both of our clutch manufacturers that we offer are top notch. South Bend is a great clutch. Blair's a great clutch too. Your question is probably more, what clutch do you suggest, as not opposed to brands, but which one, single disc or dual disc? I'm going to go with the old standard answer. I'd like to see you, regardless of what truck you have, you got 150 horsepower, anything on it, I think you're better off to do a street dual disc in any form, for sure. Yeah.
Let's see. Can you explain the stock class rules for Dyno Day a little better? I see last year's winner was a Duramax with a Cheetah Turbo. Didn't know Cheetahs came stock on a Duramax.
Yeah.
That's probably, we changed those rules a little bit last year.
It is stock appearing. It is a stock. It is a stock appearing turbo. So I'm not. We're not going into last year's because you still. It still lends itself into, irregardless of who makes the turbo, if it is just a billet wheel in the turbo, that is still a stock appearing turbo. Now, yes, there are some of the stock appearing turbos that have a different, they got a different comp cover or different machine comp cover, different comp wheel, different turbine wheel, so on and so forth. Yes, we are going to do everything we can to be able to catch that this year better. Needs to be a stock turbocharger, stock appearing turbocharger. That is the rule.
Yeah, and keep in mind, last year was a little difficult too because of all of the weather. Made it a little more difficult to get all of the teching probably done at the level that we. I don't even want to say that. It was a little bit of. It was first year on those new rules. Yeah.
Yeah. Really, and let's call a spade here again. As far as that goes, as far as a cheetah, the only way we're going to know it's a cheetah, that it's a fully, that it is a fully manipulated turbo, both on compressor and turbine side, is going to be the color of it. Guys can have this done on stock casting turbos anywhere. You're going to get that anywhere. You truck pulling guys that run a work stock, you all know that. Everybody knows that. So yes, if I would suggest to you this year, if you're going in work stock, don't come in here with a black Charger because it ain't going. That's it.
Let's see. 06 Cummins, I was like a low tune factory.
06 Cummins and I was like a low tune factory. You probably got an injector problem. Is it reading RPMs? Are you getting an RPM signal on the dash? So a lot of different things. Are you getting an RPM signal on the dash? What tuning are you running? More than likely, you could possibly have an injector problem as well. So,
Brad hit us back with answers to that, and we'll follow up on your question, Bo. So, Zach just jumped in talking about that. So, the LB7 at least utilizes, or the Cheetah is stock size and utilizes the stock wastegate. So, it's
even and we can't argue about it over. Obviously, we're not going to argue about it over Q&A. Call in and we'll argue about it over the telephone. But it doesn't matter. You know that it doesn't matter what wastegates are.
No, he was agreeing.
But that's another thing that we're going to look for this year to try to curb that. Is going to be, the guys, and this is the truth, a guy with a stock frame turbocharger, all he does is put a billet wheel in there. He's not changing the profile of the turbocharger to where it is going to make more peak horsepower. Obviously not. Everyone knows that. You're going to make more horsepower with a wicked wheel at the sweet spot of the truck, where the truck is most efficient, where it's closest in the crossover between horsepower and torque, the sweet spot of the truck. So you're not making a peak horsepower, but a fully manipulated turbo, comp wheel, comp cover, different turbine, or different turbine housing and different turbine wheel, that is a fully manipulated turbocharger that should be in 2.6 class. But a guy that's just got a wicked wheel on a 7.3 is not a 2.6 competitor. That's it. It's the best way I know to explain it.
Yeah. Recommendations for EGR deletes on a 6.0. Can you answer that question?
I'm big on quality right now. I'm trying not to bullshit around this question.
Yeah.
I'm big on quality right now. We carry Sinister. Sinister is an absolutely top-notch company as far as fitment.
I would agree. You just answered that one straight up.
I think you go with Sinister. We carry Sinister. I carry other brands too. I have more. We carry other brands on the website. We carry more economical brands, more wallet friendly. Those are all good kits as well. Oh, Wade's World rough today, boy. They're coming in there hot.
They're asking good questions. They're asking questions that are challenging you. They're right there on the rules.
Yeah.
0760, looking to get away from the VGT turbo. What size turbo should they go to?
It depends on what you got done to the truck too. You know, I really think that's one thing that Thoroughbred lacks on. We don't do a good job with power stroke drop-in turbos in the Huey system 7.3 and 6.0s. I don't have a good grasp on that. I have a good grasp on it, but I don't have it as far as product line. Because the manufacturers that we offer don't really offer the kits as well. I don't know who the top-notch kits are out there right now. Do some trolling around on some of the power stroke forums and see what those guys are using. You know, go check with those manufacturers, so on and so forth. You know, one of the best companies in the 7.3 world on drop-in, if you're going to S3 and S400 turbochargers, big-time turbochargers for those trucks, has obviously an older company, but Hypermax does a good job with all the pedestals and whatnot. Man, I'm trying to think of who 6.0 companies. It's
is it Hypermax or was it High-Tech?
It's Hypermax on the thing there. See, look here, there's a wife calling. The Hypermax was that HTT, or not HTT, shit.
High-Tech Turbo?
High-Tech Turbo, not High-Tech Turbo. What's the other one? What's the other one offer the non-VGT Turbo for the 6.0s that we used to offer? Damn it.
I thought it was HTT, and they had that big bad Wolf turbo.
That's it. That was for the 7.3s though.
But it was.
Yeah.
You're right. That was. That was High-Tech Turbo, wasn't it? Wasn't that High-Tech Turbo?
Maybe I don't know. They offered a non-VGT one. Yeah, man. I wish you could answer that question better. I would go into an S300 frame turbocharger for sure on it and do the drop-in conversion. That would be a nice turbo for it. Like a 362, get it spooled up and get on top of it.
Alright, here's a good one. 0460 with tuner, wicket wheel, 2, EGR delete, 4-inch exhaust, snow performance 420 water meth kit with 500 and 600 power nozzle. EGT still build over 1350 before WOT. What can I do to keep them down?
Once you get to wide open throttle, does it cool on off? 1350 is not an alarming number. 1350 sustained is an alarming number, but touching 1350 in your power band going from 0 to wide open throttle is not an alarming number. Now, if you said 1850, now that's an alarming number. Even then, you know, that's not...
Yeah. 100% distilled water in his water meth mix.
Yeah, that's fine too. The methanol, and obviously you've already seen this, methanol bringing temperatures down just a little bit. 1350 to me is not a temperature that you're going to want to be that concerned with. If you're wanting to get even more out of that, then you're going to have to go with a different turbocharger configuration. Yeah, that's probably going to be it, and then custom tuning as well. You'll want to look at some of the custom tuners out there to do some 6.0 stuff that can get a little bit more variance in your tune, a few adjustments, and I think that you can get you down there in temperatures.
How do you put a wicked wheel in an Aurora 3000?
No. The wheel inside all ATS turbos are already a modified wheel. It's not going to do us any good.
Reinventing the wheel.
Yeah, reinventing the wheel. Other than going to, bill it. You're really not gaining anything. It's already a modified wheel.
Nick, just want to tell us he made his first purchase from our shop a few weeks ago. Just want to say A+ guys over there. So thanks for that. We really appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Nick.
We're pretty proud of our sales staff down here. We think they do a real good job, and hope that everybody enjoys talking to them. So.
And if something happens and you don't enjoy talking to them, you let us know.
Yeah. Alright. So this is the same guy I was asking about the stock class earlier. Skitty, thanks for the answers. Real question now. Installed a BD throttle sensitivity booster on the 6.4. When running it on 200%, I like this guy.
Yeah.
I like him. When running on 10%, the truck feels like it lopes, almost like it's running out of fuel at low, medium RPMs. Changed fuel filters and installed AirDog 165 4G on the truck, and still have the problem. The booster does the exact same thing on my buddy's truck, who also has a 6.4. Any ideas?
That is an odd one. I do not know the answer to that. So changing the throttle sensitivity booster, among other things, among other reasons, one of the main ways that it makes power is the potentiometer position from 0 to any point off throttle. Instead of being it's normal from 0 to 1, obviously you're getting a 200% gain up to a certain amount of throttle. So from 0 to just barely off idle, let's call that point 1 is now 0 to 200. At idle, with your foot completely off of the throttle, I don't know how that is happening. I would be glad to call BD and check into that and see if they've been seeing that in the field, if the engineers are seeing that. But I can see where the ramp up between 0 and just off idle could be something that is possibly a little bit tricky commanded on the FCA. That's a real thing. I have not heard that, and we've sold a ton of throttle sensitive boosters, but if you're seeing that on both your truck and your buddy's truck, it's got to be a real condition. Another thing I'd like to know is if we put a different one on your truck or on your buddy's truck, would you have the same condition? And that way we know it was something that followed through the platform that we were seeing with BD's box all the way through the 6.4 platform. So didn't really answer your question, but if we could find another box to be able to try on the truck, or if you're not satisfied with that one, if it's within 30 days of your purchase, you can send it back to us. We'll swap it out. We'll try another one, or give me a call and we'll call BD together and we'll see if we can figure it out for you.
All right. Let's see. I have a water leak in my own one Duramax. Can't find it externally, and I don't have a noticeable head gasket leak with any of the ways I can check at home.
I love it.
He's wanting like suggestions.
Oh no, I know it's a question. I'm totally taking a few minutes to get ready to tell him that it's probably a head gasket. I know a guy that bought an 01 Duramax one time that had the exact same problem as what you did.
I know a guy too.
So a couple of things that you're going to want to look for in that. Okay, there is a rare chance that on the turbo, the LB7 IHI turbo is actually also water cooled as well. There's a small hose back there by that turbocharger that goes from rigid line to rigid line. That hose is known to break down because of Dex Cool, and you will get a leak. Now that obviously that's not an external leak, but it's back there by a turbocharger where it can evaporate pretty quickly, but you would usually see steam from that, so I don't think that's going to be your problem. So most of the time when you've got coolant consumption by an 01 or 02 Chevrolet, but you have no external leaks and you don't know where it's going, what's more than likely happening is you're probably getting it out the overflow tube while you are driving. So that's happening while you're driving, so you don't ever, by the time you get home, everything's dried off, it's already blown out the cap, so on and so forth. So a couple quick things that you can do to test that theory. Number one, you're going to want to make sure that you get a new cap on the truck. You want to make sure that you get a new expansion tank cap on the truck, and everybody knows that's probably not going to fix your problem, but it needs to be done to make sure that you've got the right pressure regulation on your coolant system. But you're probably losing your coolant while you're going down the road because it's blowing out of the expansion tank. You never know it, blow that on the road, so on and so forth. You're going to want to check for this. This is one thing you're going to want to do. After you put a new cap on the coolant expansion tank, check your upper radiator hose. Take the truck out, drive it, just take it out and drive it and get it up to operating temperature and come right back home and shut the truck off immediately then. Walk away from the truck for about 6 hours, 4 to 6 hours. Come back out, open the hood, grab the upper radiator hose, and see if there's still pressure on it. If there's still pressure on the hose, good chance you've got a leaking head gasket or a head gasket compromised or possibly a injector cup sleeve. So that's it, man. I'm praying for you too. I want the best. Hope you don't have a head gasket, but if you got a head gasket, guess what? It's not the end of the world. It's a lot of labor, but it's not the end of the world. You will be able to get a head gasket on that truck, no problem. And you'll laugh and joke about it all the way to the bank.
What time is it?
Shit, I don't know. What time do we need it to be? It's 3:55.
Oh crap. Okay. Well, we started a little late. So.
Oh crap! Ellie called me, and there's some things that said everybody needs to avoid the area around Bryan Station High School because something. Hell, I don't know, boys. If there's an emergency in town, call us.
All right.
I think there's an emergency in town.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. Wade's got to call the wife.
Call the wife.
So,
wife, I'm calling you.
Judgment Day next weekend. We do still have spots open. Okay. Quick preview of South Carolina. Go.
Kentucky wins. Kentucky wins because Kentucky has to win. I'm not breaking it down. You want to break it down? I'm not breaking it down.
Oh my goodness.
Kentucky has to win.
I think the offense is just going to do all right this week. I think the defense is going to come out and either flop or they are going to go crazy. I think that we win, but only because of turnovers. I think we will get enough points off of turnovers or special teams play that is what's going to be the difference.
I like it. As long as we get a win, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to tell a funny Kentucky, South Carolina story. So while I was down in Gatlinburg, while Adam and I were on our honeymoons.
Separate honeymoons,
not together. There was a kid that called into, and I hope this kid is listening to this show right now, but he called into Matt Jones's call-in show after the Kentucky New Mexico State game, and he was talking about the game and how he thought Johnson looked good and so on and so forth, and then he kind of previewed in the game. Kid couldn't have been more than 10 or 12 years old. Juice was his name. Juice. The kid's name was Juice. And he was talking about Will Muschamp, who's head coach of South Carolina, and he said we have to beat South Carolina because Muschamp is a garbage can, and that's exactly right. Muschamp is a garbage can. Go Cats! I got nothing, man. That's all I got.
Spots still available on the website. Jump on and get registered for Dino Day. We will fill up on classes. There are limits on the stock and 2-6 class. We don't limit unlimited. So if you got a stock or 2-6 and you want to make sure that you get to run on Saturday, pre-register. It's on the website. Tell them bye, Wade.
Bye, Wade.